Welcome to my presentation. I'm Carlos Ocampo and I'm going to be talking about the plant's growth for the agriculture. Let's start with the justification. Agriculture has a crucial role in the economy of our country. It's the basic structure of our economic system. It does not only provide food and raw materials, but also employment opportunities to a significant amount of population. Therefore, if we can improve the way and the time when the plants grow, we could export and import flowers easily so we could generate a bigger income to our economy. About my theoretical framework, this research is going to be based on an experiment I realized once on biology. It consists on testing the growth of the plants in the same conditions so we could produce crops or fruits in the fastest time possible. My main variables are the independent, which is going to be the sunlight time the flowers receive. My dependent variable is going to be the centimeters grown. The controlled is going to be the temperature, the water, and soil, and also the sun when they are going to be placed. My extraneous variable is going to be the plant reproduction. I cannot control that. And the moderator is the weather or my ability to measure the plant's growth over these weeks. The materials and methods I will be using to my research are going to be explained at next. I will be using 4 bougainvilleas, I'm going to be using 3 to 5 kilograms of soil, tons of water, 4 flower pots and a ruler. This is a brief experimental design of what's going to be my research. My research consisted on placing 4 flowers on the same spot with the same temperature. One was going to be 3 hours a day, another is going to be 5 hours a day, another one was going to be 8 hours a day, and the final one was going to be 10 hours a day at the sunlight. And approximately 2 times a week I was going to water them if they needed it. I already had a system to know if they needed. I pour my finger in the soil, and if it was wet, they didn't need any water. At the end of the weekend, I measured them. Every single Sunday, I placed a ruler from the base of the stem to the top of the stem to measure it. This chart represents the results my research yielded. As we can observe, the biggest flower was the second one, the one that stood 8 hours a day. With this, we can observe that, well, more time doesn't mean the better, because the one that stood 10 hours had a height of 24.2 centimeters, but its health condition was not the best. Compared to the others, it became hard and some petals fell from its stems. We could also observe that the smallest one had a height of 23.5 centimeters. It was the one that stood 3 hours. We could get to the conclusion that the most effective time of sunlight to a flower is 8 hours per day, because, as we said before, the one that stood 10 hours at sunlight became hard and some petals fell from its stem. And the ones that stayed for 3 and 5 hours, they are in a good shape, but they are not mature enough if you're talking about producing crops or producing some fruits. That's what discard them. I truly believe this experiment can improve considerably if we use more flowers, if we pick a complete season to study the growth, if we use a better tool for the measuring, then we will have more precise results, and also isolate them from any animal contact. Why? Because in my research, my pets were around the flowers, they were smelling them and probably playing with them. I think this is a very important factor. We could also avoid some inconvenience by creating a greenhouse with enough space for our flowers if we respect the punctuality to take the flowers to the sunlight and get them inside a warm space at night. So with this, the weather will not affect as much as it did with my research. And to end, here are some references that help to carry on my research. Thank you.